All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel once again through failure and success. And uh, today I'm super excited. I'm super stoked to share with you what I just some of the news that I just recently learned in the sport of in the world of sports. And this is in the world of soccer, like we like to call it here in America. It's actually football, right? Anywhere in the world, right? But we have our own way of calling it whatever you want to call it. And but around the world is football. Anyways, in soccer today, okay, there was a major announcement, and I'm gonna get into this article here in a little bit of what I read by the Wall Street Journal. But Lionel Messi, okay, if you don't know who he is, Lionel Messi, he's an Argentinian player. Okay, he played for Barcelona, and he also recently played for the uh, club in Paris, France, that is called PSG, Paris Saint Germain or Germain. I don't even know how to pronounce it. All I know is PSG. But you know him better as the World Cup champion, the reigning World Cup champion from Argentina, Lionel Messi, and many consider him to be the goat. I think that Pelé is actually the goat, but that is a different that is a different topic. That is a different story that we can talk about in a different video. But he actually made his move. He's actually coming to the United States, and he will be playing here with in our country within our league, the MLS, the Major League Soccer, and that is very big news. And for me personally, it's very big news simply because, listen, we elections, right, over the last couple months, couple weeks, where you have politics, and you have what our kids should be taught, they shouldn't be taught, what they should be. There's a lot of shoots, and next thing you know, you shoot all over yourself. Okay, for me, this is big simply because of this reason. My son, he's 10 years old. He plays football, he plays soccer, and I love the fact that he's into it. Messi is actually his favorite player right now. And again, I go to the same saying of this is big because if you remember back in 2007, if you are in the world of sports, uh, back in 2007, you had David Beckham, who came into the league, okay, at 37 years old, 36 years old. He made his move to the LA Galaxy. He pretty much was the first European player to ever play out in the MLS. He reshaped the entire MLS league, and he actually went on and won championships with the league. Now you might say, well, he didn't make much of a difference. Well, look at it now. Okay, he actually is part owner of Inter Milan, of Inter Miami, and look at the move that he just made. Okay, he brought in the best player of all time in our era to ever play the sport, and he's actually playing in the Inter Miami. So I'm gonna share with you this article that I just recently read, and it talks about just the Messi. This is an article from the Wall Street Journal. Okay, Lionel Messi makes a deal with Inter Miami of MLS and Apple and Adidas. Okay, and let's get into it. Okay, on the day of 2018, David Beckham unveiled his Major League Soccer expansion team on a lavish new project called Inter Miami, meaning that he went on to become part ownership of the team. Okay, congratulations, Lionel Messi said in a social media post. And who knows, maybe in a few years you can give me a ring. Okay, so this goes back 5 years ago. Messi's congratulating David Beckham for becoming part ownership of the club Inter Miami, and here comes Lionel Messi 5 years later. Okay, who gets the call from David Beckham to come and join the team, and look at what they just made. Okay, made the call. Okay, on Wednesday, Messi announced that he will take the next step of his career in America, marking the league's most seismic, okay, deal since David Beckham himself, okay, joined the LA Galaxy in January of 2007. Messi, a seven-time Ballon d'Or award of the world's best player. This is the highest award that you can get as a player. Okay, uh, as the world's best player, said he hoped to return to Barcelona, but obviously that did not happen because of the financial troubles that they had, which eventually led him to leave Barcelona in the first place. Okay, I made the decision. I'm going to Miami. Messi, 35 years old. By the way, 35 years old is you basically you're still in your prime. Okay, LeBron James and Lionel Messi have set the new standard of how old you should be or you can be if you ought to still make your move and be part of the world of sports. But Messi now 35 years old. Okay, 35 years old. In an interview released by Sports, he says that the Barcelona thing didn't work out. I wanted to leave Europe and get out the spotlight, and I think more about my family now. He's at a point now where he's now got to think about his family, right? He's at the last 3 4 years maybe of his career, so now he's got to think about his family. He's got a beautiful family, beautiful wife, beautiful children. Okay, Inter Miami didn't announce the terms of the contract, but the deal is shaping up as one of the most elaborate in the league's history, according to the person familiar with the matter. Messi will not only earn a salary from Inter Miami, this person said, he will also be paid by MLS two largest commercial, okay? Apple and Adidas. Apple last year struck a $2.5 billion deal for 10 years, okay? In over 100 countries. He will actually get part of the part of the revenue of any new subscriptions. Think about this, guys, ladies and gentlemen. This is pretty big because I'm the kind of a person, me personally, I'm the type of person that maybe I have 2 to 3 subscriptions that I can think about right now. Because of myself, because of my son playing the sport of soccer, now I'm even thinking, of getting Apple TV Plus, Apple TV Plus. I don't even know what the name of it is, but I'm even thinking of getting it just so that my son is able to see the MLS. Okay, how the MLS is played here in the United States. My son being 10 years old and then loving the sport, and me personally loving the sport, growing up with the sport of soccer, football. Okay, that's what we called it. I never played professionally, but let me tell you, I was really good at it. And when I had the ball, you better believe, you better watch out, because I was one of the best players that was on the streets. Okay, soccer, no shin guards, no soccer shoes. Just street balling. That's how we play. That's the kind of sport. That's the kind of soccer that I played. I got to play with some of the great kids that I was around. I went to a couple of tournaments, but never played professionally. I did what I could, but anyways, now I'm giving whatever I didn't have as a children, as far as experiencing the sport and putting my son into a club where he can actually go out and play. Now I'm able to coach him from the sideline and actually do the things that I couldn't do at that time, and able to coach him and him grasping on from that. And guess what? Now we have the best player of all time coming into our country, and the MLS, okay, which is not known for the best league in the world. Okay, that's the European League, that's La Liga. Okay, that's Europe, coming to our soil and inspiring all of these children, okay, that love the sport, just sports in general. Okay, we have the best player in the sport of football coming from Argentina, okay, playing from PSG, from Paris, coming and play for Miami. This is huge. This is big. This is massive. This is going to cause big time shockwaves all across the sport. Okay, any sport that you can think of. This is huge, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, you have no idea the magnitude, that maybe you do have the somewhat of an idea of what this really means for the sport. It's big time. This is huge. Okay, now we get to drift away. Okay, from all of the media and all of the negative things that we have. That our politicians and our society is trying to feed us from. What's going on in our country. Now we got something to focus on, and I love it. I personally love it. Okay. I personally love it. So now the deal, okay? Apple, they struck a $2.5 billion last year, okay? So any new subscriptions that he's gonna get cut. Okay. For Adidas, company sponsored many Messi since 2006, and in 2007, they signed him into a lifetime contract. Lifetime contract. Okay. Adidas has the opportunity to guarantee that their most famous asset, meaning Messi, will be seen in nothing but the brand's gear, since Adidas supplies all of the jerseys. Okay, think of it like this: you got the Jordan brand, right? You got the Air Jordan, Michael Jordan with the ball. This is what Adidas is going to do with Messi now that he's going to be coming over here. And the first games in pink shirt of Inter Miami could come as soon as July 21st. He's in a contract and put to the end of the month with PSG, when the Mexican club Cruz Azul travels to Florida to face the League's Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you again. This is personally big for me. I love it. I love the fact that he is coming to our country. I love the fact that he's actually going to be playing in a state where I actually myself, I'm going to be moving my family next year, 2024, okay, for my own personal reasons. But besides that is this is you best believe that even if he doesn't play on July 21st, tickets are going to sell out. Mark my words, for July 21st, tickets are going to sold out. They're going to sell out. If he plays, forget about it. Television, I mean, the spotlight, it's going to follow this man anywhere he goes. Anywhere he goes, okay? And even if it's just this is just a friendly, this is going to be the biggest game for Miami if he plays for that friendly with Cruz Azul. Wow. Again, for me personally, these are just my thoughts. This is again, the name of the channel is Through Failure and Success. We just come and share, our own personal success stories, our own personal failure stories. And remember, nothing is a failure unless you choose to stay there. A failure is a failure if you choose to stay there. A failure for me is a setback, something that pushes me back, that is going to propel me to move forward, that is going to prepare me to move forward. Why? Because that setback is going to teach me to be humble. It's going to teach me lessons that otherwise I wouldn't have never learned if I stayed up on top. Okay. You actually learn most in the valleys. Okay. When you're at the lowest point in your life. This is what Messi did when nobody wanted to sign him, when he was actually undersized. They had to give him steroids to actually grow up, to be, to grow up a couple of inches. And now here he is being the best player of all time, following what he dictates where the football sport is going to go. Okay, if he says, hey, I'm going to go to America and play for the MLS, guess what? The world's going to follow him. Okay, where he's going to play. Okay, he's down to the last 3 years of his prime time. I completely get it, but again, he is the reigning World Cup, and at 35 years old, I still like to think I love to see. I'm 38 years old. I love to see LeBron James being 38, still outballing some of these youngsters, and they have set a new bar, a new standard for when your age actually dictates when you're out of the game. And before 10, 15 years ago, 35 was the age where you were washed out. Now it's 35 is like, hey, I still got it. Like, what are you talking about? I'm just 35. I'm just 35. I'm just 35 years old. This is big. This is going to be huge for the sport. And I love it again, simply because it's coming to our soil, to the United States. I mean, I'm so happy for him. He's got a beautiful family again. And I'm just excited for the man. Okay. And you ought to be too, but that's besides the point. You hate him or love him. You got to respect the game, and you got to respect the fact that he's going to bring something very positive to our country when we need it the most, when we are so divided with politics and what our country is and should it be and should not. He's gonna take all of that distraction away and put a new stamp on what a country sport and the sport of soccer is really all about. Anyways, I wanted to share that with you because this is for me, pretty big. Because he plays the sport. I grew up playing the sport. It's a big thing. It's a big thing, and I love it. I just can't explain to you, how excited I am. The perfect example of overcoming adversity when everybody's putting you down. They don't want to sign you into a contract. They don't want to sign you into a team. I just recently watched the movie from Pelé. He went through almost a very similar story as well. And for me, Pelé will always be the greatest of all time. I mean, he still is by far in record, in paper, in numbers. Okay. He unfortunately passed away last year, but here comes Messi, okay, who's going to shape the entire MLS. And I'm so stoked about it, so excited about it. But I wanted to share that with you. I hope that you got some value. I hope that you share this, message with your children. I hope that you share that, that excitement, live it with them, because they're children only once, and we must enjoy them. We must enjoy them while they're little. Be part of their life, be part of their growth, and enjoy the time with them. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. We will see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.